Local, late-breaking KOLD News 13, live at 10.
New details tonight on the killing of a well-known local rancher. We're learning more about what led up to his death and what authorities want to prevent more violence. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Dan Maris.
And I'm Heather Rowe. Tonight, authorities believe there wasn't a confrontation before well-known rancher Robert Krentz was killed on his ranch northeast of Douglas. Here is the latest from investigators tonight. They say that Krentz was in his ATV when he came upon an illegal immigrant when he was shot. We're told that he had weapons with him but didn't use them. Krentz drove away after he was shot but soon died. Tracks show that the gunman went back into Mexico.
As authorities investigate, there are new calls tonight for more security along the border from congressmen and others.
And there are worries tonight about a backlash against illegal immigrants. KOLD News 13's J.D. Wallace has the latest.
The loss of Rob Krentz has plenty searching for answers.
Rob Krentz was a good friend of mine.
Cochise County Sheriff Larry Deaver now has a case where Krentz's killer likely crossed into Mexico.
Unfortunately, there's been a prevailing sense in the community for some time that something like this was going to happen.
We're being overrun, and it's costing us lots and lots of money.
I interviewed Krentz almost 5 years ago about damage ranging from broken water pipes to downed fences he said was caused by illegal border crossers. He was fixing similar problems the day he died.
The plus-up in resources have been applied to an area that's deemed needy of those resources.
Border Patrol Deputy Chief Robert Boatwright says increased staffing and technology has this year's border activity in the area down from last year. Krentz's murder has a variety of officials demanding more of a presence.
Continue to heighten awareness, maintain our presence out there, continue to work with the community members.
We have created this new industry that is basically smuggling.
Derechos Humanos coordinator Kat Rodriguez says increasing enforcement without reforming immigration policy drives up business for drug and human smugglers.
He was obviously a good person, and it's a terrible tragedy, but I think that the danger is to further criminalize immigrants who are coming when we know that the majority of them are not the type to engage in this activity.
If and how that activity caused Rob Krentz's death is all part of an investigation that right now points south.
You know, everybody talks to someone, and our best chance of capturing this guy at this point, with this kind of time elapse, is that he'll say something to somebody who somewhere down the line will say something to somebody else, and we'll work it back from there.
You can watch that story I did with Rob Krentz back in 2005 by going to this story on KOLD.com. And while the Tucson Sector Border Patrol has plenty of challenges on those lands around Douglas, they still say that this area right here, the I-19 corridor, remains their area of highest traffic, the highest traffic volume. Reporting live from the south side at Ajo and I-19, J.D. Wallace, KOLD News 13, live local 8 breaking.
New at 10, lawmakers say in light of the killing, it's time for the federal government to send soldiers back to the Arizona-Mexico border. Both Governor Jan Brewer and Senator John McCain have been asking for National Guard soldiers and airmen. Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords is also calling for a greater Border Patrol presence.
We'd also like to have 2 forward operating bases, one in New Mexico and one out in Cochise County as well, to really get a hold of this problem and be able to assist our ranchers that are out there on the border.
National Guard troops were deployed a few years ago under the Bush administration to assist the Border Patrol while they hired more agents.